Make this bigger. Oh shit! Sorry, Dean. Sorry, buddy. Let's see how this shit works. Oh no! Wrong fucking name. All right. So let's see. Okay. Where the fuck are my magnets too? What's up, kid? What do you need? Oh, shite. All right, let's see. This to occur. Let's see. Da 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 da. Ba da ba 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 ba. Waddy doody doody. All right, let's see. Pull up some lines. Do 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 do. Oh shit! What was the other thing I needed? Oh, let me run and do this real quick. How are you guys? Marty, how's it going, brother? Dude, I don't know if you were here yesterday, but that kid, when Matt, I think Matt won. Matt won 2, whatever won, unfortunately for you, brother. Luke Schneider, any chance Arkansas beats Gonzaga? Do you think they're going to let that happen? You think they're going to let that happen, brother? It sucks, but I don't think so because I don't think they're going to let it happen. I think they're going to take Jalen Williams. Jalen Williams, I don't think they're going to let more. I think they're going to let him play like 21 minutes in this game. Right now it is. I've never seen the NCAA this scripted, by the way. It just is right now. Arkansas doesn't have the big depth. Yeah, once they knock him out, like Kamani Johnson, then defending Drew Timme right now is annoying. Memphis had an unreal chance to win. Yeah, Memphis has unreal size, though. They were having a lot of success on the O boards. Although Landers Nolly played like shit. If Landers Nolly played decent, I feel like Memphis would have won that game. He just played so bad, and then Lomax was injured, so they basically had no guard play in that game. Like, Lomax did what he could. I thought Lomax tried really, really hard. Hold on. Let me move this tiny this way. Loving Washington State. Do I like the Nets today? All right, let's do Washington State versus BYU. So much size, huh? Such a big size advantage. Yeah, I think NIL is going to change a lot of shit up. Tyler B, you're right. Like that kid that just signed an $8 million contract, the fucking football player that just got like an $8 million deal to go to college. Okay. Washington State, I think, is tough because obviously big size advantage inside. Although, between Traore, Gideon George or whatever, and then Loner, like I think it's going to be bad, but it's not going to be like there's just no resistance at all. Like we're playing a 4-guard lineup or something where we're just going to get smashed. So I think it's going to be bad. I don't think it'll be that bad on the boards. I do think what's keeping me off of Washington State is the fact that, Barcelo is by far and away the best guard in this game. I get people like Michael Flowers and stuff. When Michael Flowers gets hot, it's cute. But Barcelo is the best guard in this game. So I'm a little afraid. What's his name, too? The Illinois transfer that's there, the Trent Frazier knockoff that's there, too. Those two I feel like are better than Michael Flowers or whatever guard. Like Noah Williams has been really underwhelming this year. So I'm honestly, I was hoping to watch the game, look for a live spot on, oh shit, I got to plug in this computer. Hold on a second. But I was looking for a live spot on BYU originally, and now I think I'll probably just lay off. But I know Barcelo is the best closer in that game. And in postseason play, you know, oh, dude, Max Griffin just commented back again. Yo, we're on the Max Griffin train this week. Max Griffin's a big supporter of the channel. If you haven't commented on a Max Griffin video yet this week, if you haven't liked one of his posts, something like that, please go do so after the live. We are big rooting. It's a huge matchup for Max Griffin this week. Oh, you're right. Flip camera. Good call. Big matchup for Max Griffin this week, though. So we really want to support him. Biggest of his career so far. Hold on. I got to get a thing to plug something in. Oh, shit. So I think we should just go through college really quick and then do NCAA after, and then finish up with a little MMA because I started breaking it down. Yeah, Borshev, it seems tough for Diakis. Basically in a kickboxing matchup against that guy. That seems kind of shitty. Let's talk about that after, though. Let's why change on A&M? I didn't change. I fucked up the post. If you see, I posted in the comments. I meant to write Wake Forest. I talked about Wake Forest yesterday. I've always been on Wake Forest. I did not mean to confuse anybody. Sorry about that. I'm a pothead. Pros and cons to everybody in life, right? This would be my con. I am a tormented pothead. Okay, so that Wake Forest A&M game, let's talk about it real quick. We've only got a few games to go through. We just went through Washington State versus BYU. Honestly, I'm going to be looking for a live spot on BYU or completely laying off. I cannot go against Barcelo in that game. Okay. Wake Forest versus Texas A&M. Understand everybody's on the Texas A&M hype train, yada, 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 everything they've been doing. By the way, the big win versus Auburn late in the season doesn't look too good now, right? They just completely fell apart at the seams. So Wake Forest is super rim reliant. They need to get their points inside. They're not the best shooters. They're like tough, gritty. You know, this is a Buzz Williams coach team. But they're not good at three-point shooting. That's what you need to beat Wake. We've talked about it all season, like that game earlier in the season where it's like, oh, how does Clemson beat Wake? It's like everybody's piling onto Wake in that spot, but Clemson has the outside shooting, enough consistency from outside. Texas A&M doesn't have that. So whatever problems in turning Wake Forest over and everything, Wake Forest is awesome at defending the rim. They're awesome at defending the rim. So Texas A&M is going to need to uncharacteristically hit outside shots, or we're going to have to turn the ball over every other play. Otherwise, Wake Forest at plus money is an awesome bet. So I have a unit on the spread, unit on the money line. That's why. UNCW. I like the plus 4.5. As we get to 4, I bet you this drops to 3.5. Like, people haven't believed in Middle Tennessee. I said yesterday, if we got a better price on Middle Tennessee ad, I ended up getting down to like minus 112 before tip yesterday. People were piling on to ACU. We just said length, athleticism, talent, way too much. You got to throw out a lot of X's and O's because Middle Tennessee's hot. They have all those characteristics. They don't have any big guards that can defend them. You just saw late in the game and stuff like Weston. These people starting to take over second half, getting their balls in hands in passing lane. Middle Tennessee can be really good defensively, and it just overwhelmed even a very experienced ACU team that we're high on. So why am I on UNCW in this matchup? Now, I don't see any, like, if Dishman and stuff like that is who I need to be wildly confident in to, like, punish UNCW inside without Trez White, you know, I can't do that. I just think, like, a lot of those, like, guys like Weston, Sims, a lot of those guys, there's great counters for them on UNCW that are just, like, older, bigger men. Like, you get, like, somebody like a Jalen Sims, you have Forbes, you have, like, all these guys, whatever, little Shakir Phillips, whatever. I'm sorry, I'm missing his name. What's up, Dustin Harris? How are you, brother? I think he's like playing at an unbelievably high level. Phillips, I don't think there's anybody to guard him on Middle Tennessee. They don't have a guy that's that quick and shifty and stuff. I think he can blow by Sims. I just think UNCW, it's too much experience. Like they have the high major, like a big advantage Middle Tennessee has is they just have so much more talent than everybody they're playing. Well, now you're playing like Okoroku and stuff, who started his career at Florida. You're playing a lot of down transfers from bigger schools. I don't think you're going to have the same talent edge. I don't think you're going to have the same toughness edge. I think a lot of your edges are canceled, and now you just become, a lot of your flaws, like being, sometimes turnover prone, take a lot of wild outside threes. Those kind of things aren't going to be as, that's not as available. So you're not going to have the same edges. So I'll take the experience. I'll take UNCW dialed in for like whatever, one more game. And I'll take the points. I didn't take any money line out of respect for Middle Tennessee, but I will not be hopping. I think there's an edge for UNCW. I only sprinkled it. I said sprinkle on UNCW. That's like a lot of fucking respect I'm giving Middle Tennessee. If you think about it, I'm giving a lot of respect to Middle Tennessee. Do I still take plus 3.5? Probably just for probably a little bit less. 3.5, 4.5. Yeah, probably. But you have to take 3.5. Your book's offering 3.5. You don't have like multiple outs with a better price. Texas A&M is the smart play. I don't know. What do you think is going to happen? Whoever said Texas A&M is the smart play, what do you see happening that you think gives them the edge? Would you look to live MTSU if they drop in the game? No, because if they go down in the game to a very experienced UNCW team, there's going to be a lot of runs in that game. They're just going to be like from threes, whatever else. I can see a lot of runs, but no, I'm not going to look to, I'm not going to pay, because even live, like I'm paying such a price on Middle Tennessee. I'll do it in other spots. Why am I paying a way better price? UNCW is a better matchup than ACU. And yesterday we got that pound MTSU at Pick'em. Why the hell am I only laying? I don't understand why I'm getting a better price on UNCW. That is way more like they're like bigger, better guards. They're just as experienced, but they're bigger and better. So I'm so confused. That's really confusing to me because it's not like they had the interior like presence to really scroll up. What, like that chubby Simmons guy? That's mean. Whatever his first name is, Simmons. Yes, Dustin Harris. I agree. They do have some very gritty guards. UNCW. So I think they can match a lot of the grit that like Sims and Weston and stuff have, and Lawrence, and it becomes just like a lot of like wings running around. Who's like older, who's it's like a lot of grit running around on the court. I think a lot of it's going to cancel. It's going to be a very tight game, and I think line is 4. Friend wants me to take MTSU minus 3.5. Well, whatever. Mine is down to 4. Yeah, it's 4 a lot across the board now, I think. I would take 4. I would take 4 the same as I would basically take 4.5. That's not too much of a difference. All right, last of the NCAA, last of the NBA. Why do you think the Nets seem like a trap, everybody? Let's post our thoughts about why you don't like the Nets, because I can be talked into anything for basketball so far. I saw this price keeps dropping. I haven't taken anything yet. The only thing I took a little Rockets money line because I saw Luka was out, and I think the Mavs are much more of like a small ball team now. And if you play like super small ball with the Rockets, you just give the Rockets a lot of opportunities. So I don't understand that. Would I sprinkle money line on UNCW? No. I'm sure. Yeah, probably. I probably will. That's what I would be looking at. Like if UNCW goes down big, although MTSU is a tough team to come back on. They really are, because they're just like, once they get momentum, they just start rolling. So I don't know. Yeah, I would probably sprinkle money line. It's off. It has to be off. I mean, UNCW has a much better chance than they're giving them in this game. It's just like MTSU just absolutely kicked the doors off of ACU. So they're like, hey, people are just going to be piling into MTSU. I'm sure a lot of fucking pubby people are piling into MTSU, just like they piled into ACU yesterday when they saw like whatever videos of people being like, whatever weird metrics that people are using for things. Why has BYU's spread come down? Because of the size and the advantage inside. And Washington State's been kind of hot the second half of the year. They had that big Oregon win that we took them against that shitty Oregon team at the end of the year. some overinflated play. Like Michael Flowers was hitting some shots down the stretch. No Morant. Yeah, no Morant for the Grizz. Although I don't think that's like the biggest thing ever. I just think it's Kyrie's birthday. It's Kyrie's birthday? Well, I'll take the Nets right now then. You just don't like them at Pick'em? Why do you like Wake Forest? Beat a solid SMU team. Yeah, so that's like not all that wildly dissimilar of a matchup, Garrett Whitaker, the SMU BYU. But SMU's basically been a fold them up shop team for the last like however long in the postseason, and then they just fired their coach right after the game. That's like a lot of a chemistry thing, so I can't read too much into that. I think BYU's actually trying. They have a lot of like old guys that they actually like probably want to end their careers right. Like Gideon George. I think Barcelo's probably a senior by now. A lot of their kids are seniors. So they probably want to end it right. I think they're going to fight tough. I don't know whether that'll matter. I got to see what that game looks like when it's playing. How bad is the advantage? Is Washington State playing volleyball? If they're not playing volleyball, then I think the Barcelo end of game is much better than whatever they're going to have. A&M doesn't shoot well against a strong Wake interior. I agree. Wake's really good at defending the rim. Also, let's not I don't know how much Alondes Williams will be able to have success in this game and like some of the like pick and rolls type of stuff he does and on ball screens. But I do think Laravia is going to have a good game. And between the two of them down the stretch, I'll take that over like Texas A&M chucking threes off the backboard. Texas A&M's a bad three-point shooting team. You need three-point shooting to beat Wake. It's like they're like a pretty simple team to handicap. Like if Wake does it, they're a pretty simple team to handicap in my opinion. So we'll see what happens. What's a good live number for the Celtics? I always look for like if I'm living a spot, I'm looking for as close to like pick 'em as possible usually, unless I just see something that's so fucking blatantly glaring. But I'm not paying like with the Hawks. I'm not paying. Dude, if people actually think, I had somebody message me and say, how could you bet on the Knicks tonight? The Hawks were going to win no matter what. If you really, truly believe that, you need to stop sports betting right now. It's over for you, and you need to recalibrate and then come back. Sorry. Just had to say that. Looking at Detroit +5, I think it'll be a really close game, Sin City. I think it'll be a close game. I like when Bogdanovich is playing well, though. He had a really good game last game. The Knicks are a dumpster, huh? What a dumpster. Came back in to see if they stop Quentin Jackson, they'll be fine. Yeah, Quentin Jackson is wildly volatile. If you're betting on Texas A&M and your handicap is Quentin Jackson, good luck. Good luck on the River Seas. But yeah, I think the Celtics win. The Celtics are playing good basketball. That one I can see people just taking pregame. I hadn't looked into that one as much. For the other college basketball games, yeah, I don't know. If BYU gets to a pick 'em, I might take them. I would, I guess, take if you're going to make me. I'm not laying any fucking sort of points this wide with Youngstown State. I mean, with Fresno State. I'd rather just throw myself off of something than lay 13 points with Fresno State. Tatum is awesome. Tatum is really soft, but he's playing some good basketball. He is talented. Took Middle Tennessee State live on top of the money line. I hammered Middle Tennessee State +200 at halftime. Dude, ACU just hit every shot they took in the first half. They literally shot like 70% from three. If people didn't hammer MTSU at halftime, that's a spot where it's like, okay, this team literally, they stayed within 10 points and the other team literally hit every single shot they took in the first half. As soon as they started missing a shot or two, it's like, oh, wow, Middle Tennessee State's just going to take over. And they completely took over in the second half. Yeah, I'm not talking about the Fresno State game. They're so ugly. Okay, moving on to NBA. Let's go NBA because I think this is a good chat because I'm back in. MTSU +185, doubled my original bet in cash, baby. Tyler B, I love the thinking. Opportunistic. It's just if you were watching that game, you had to be like, dude, at some point, ACU's going to miss a shot. It was insane. They were just hitting everything they took, like pull-up threes, everything. I was like, dude, this is gonna end pretty soon. I max live bet them on every single book I have. That was the easiest money ever on planet Earth. Okay. Let's see. Especially because I appreciate whoever tagged me in that Abilene Christian video to let me know. And I saw the people commenting like fucking like, oh, lock of the day, lock of the day. I was like, fucking yes, yes. 76ers spread -7 without James. I saw it had ballooned up to like 10. I don't really think they need Harden. We took them I was saying, like, looking at them the other night when Harden and Embiid both ended up being out against the Heat. I took them plus like 280 before tip. Fucking wildly disrespectful. I don't think they like need Harden. My best friend is a Sixers fan, and we talk about the Sixers all the time. I'm more Sixers. If there's any team in the NBA I have a good beat on, it's the Sixers from how much I have to fucking listen to my best friend talk about it. But I don't think Maxey is, I've been a Maxey, like, what, non-believer kind of, and I always thought, like, at Kentucky, it was like, no, Quickly was that guy. I think it's just because I bought, like, fucking $5,000 worth of Quickly trading cards. They're fucking so dumb, worth nothing. But so, like, I don't need Harden for me. The fact that they were able to get rid of Ben Simmons was enough. I don't think Harden's like, I don't know, man. He just looks so out of shape to me. Him and Embiid are both like out of shape. I think Embiid's back. I like the rest of that team. I know people don't like a Georges Niang. People don't. I think Matisse Thybulle, I've talked about how I think he's amazing, most important piece on the team with his defense. I just think Maxey's a good defender. Shake Milton's playing well. I like, this is a wide ass spread. It's up. Where are you getting a 7? If you can get a 7, you just have to take it because it's 9.5 basically everywhere else. If you have a 7, just take it. Just take it. Like, that's good value. Just take it. It doesn't matter. Maxey and Thybulle are so underrated. Yo, Maxey's starting to take the next step. Maxey is taking the next step. He is special. He is special. He is really, really special. Maybe if Quickly goes somewhere else, he can be special too. But that's what that canceled year when Maxey and Quickly were on Kentucky running that shit. Dude, I was literally salivating I was just going to take Kentucky all the way to the championship. I know that team was going to win a championship, and nobody was talking about them. It fucking kills me. That was one of the worst tragedies of that year. I'm sure it was worse for those kids, but I was going to make a lot of money. I literally had just like green eyeballs. I was like, I need money for Kentucky. I need money for Kentucky. I was like ravaging around like I was for the Braves for this past one, just ravaging for money. All right, running through the rest of it. I think the Hornets probably, I don't know. You know, that's the kind of spot literally where the Knicks in the NBA, that's the kind of spot where the Knicks just went outright. Fucking turds. I'm going to look to live the Hawks, even though I just feel like they ended up winning playing such a, I don't think Detroit has the physicality. I think that's generally how you beat the Hawks is physicality. If they don't, I'll take them to like go on a run at some point in the game if I can get a good price. Peterson, you think? But I was going to make a lot of money, dude. I was going to make a lot of money on them. Okay, it was definitely worse for the kids. I agree. How much live betting do you do? I mean, it's just looking for opportunities. Like, I don't have to. I never go in think to a night being like, yo, I have to live bet. Like yesterday with Xavier, I said, look to live bet them, look to live bet UVA. I ended up live betting UVA too when they were down big or like whatever. They're down like 6 or something. I got like plus, I don't know. I ended up with plus money on them. And then I just punched the pillow as Jaden Gardner. No, I didn't. But I was like, Jaden Gardner, you suck. But Xavier, I mean, dude, Xavier was down 10 points multiple times in that game. If you didn't get an awesome price on Xavier, if you didn't get at least a +2 something on Xavier, I mean, I don't know how to help. So I thought that was Xavier was like a perfect live betting spot. Like that, literally a perfect one, knowing that Scottie Pippen would dumpster down the stretch. Not Scottie Pippen's fault. His mother is crazy. She's crazy. Do you ever shop live lines? I have certain books that have less juice, and I try and stick to them. With Middle Tennessee State yesterday, I took everything from plus 191 was the cheapest I had on, or the worst, the most expensive. So the worst price I had yesterday on Middle Tennessee State was plus 191, and I took it up to like plus 208 or something at halftime. But I think you're getting information. So I think live betting is awesome because you get information. If you get to watch like a first half like ACU where they just make every shot under the sun, the other team's still playing good basketball, keeping it close. It's like generally 9 times out of 10, what do you think is going to happen in the second half? Do you think they're going to continue to play God mode and just like they're going to hit 70% for a game? It's like how many box scores you ever looked at that say fucking 65, 70%? You don't really see it, do you? It's like 1 in fucking however many. So it's like you just let's play the odds. Let's play the odds. When my girl was in college, Scotty's fam used to come to the. Did you see Paul Scruggs tore his ACL? By the way, I feel really bad. Scotty's fam used to come to Starbucks. No way. Interesting. Yeah, I think Scotty's dad is awesome. I've heard just his mom's on that TV show where she's like going around fucking rappers and stuff. I mean, that can't be good. Like, I feel like there's pretty easy to shit talk Scottie Pippen on the court. By the way, I got a Providence song. It came to me while I was on my hike this morning. But I got a Providence song I'll release later tonight. I should make a Max Griffin song too, because that's more important. But I got a Providence song to spur on our Friars tomorrow. So yeah, I will release that later tonight. We have a Providence song. Let's go. I'll release it later. I only have the first verse in my head. But okay. NBA otherwise, looking at the Celtics, looking at the Nets, or I took the net. I just took the Nets. So that's what I was doing on the computer right here. If it's Kyrie's birthday, I'm taking the Nets. Scottie Pippen Jr. made me some good money at the beginning of the season. We took Scottie Pippen Jr. over Alabama in the SEC tournament. We didn't take Scottie Pippen Jr. We took Rodney Chapman. Rodney Chapman's a different maker. Yeah, no, I think Scottie Pippen, he's nice. It's a nice thing, but his play at the end of games is fucking ridiculous. Dude, if you're going to do those like just complete ISO shitty shots, at least can you do them from 3? Because you're basically taking a really, really difficult 2. Maybe just plant our feet and do it from 3 without all this other goopla. I guess it's difficult for him to get it off. I saw Max Griffin commented on your post. Yeah, dude, Max Griffin's like one of the homies, dude. That's why I said to report him. He's been, when we made a lot of money on him versus Condit, he was like I hammered him versus Condit. And we were talking like the whole week he was like supporting. He's like bet on a bunch of my games. Dude, Max Griffin's the fucking homie. If you're part of the community and you're not supporting Max Griffin, you're like really like fucking like that would be the only thing I would ask you to do this week. Like be kind to everybody. That's generally our theme is like try and live life with kindness. And then let's support our people. So let's support Max Griffin. Tyrese Hunter, if you ever see Tyrese Hunter in public, you go up to him, can I buy you a drink, sir? Do you need anything? Because you have made me so much goddamn money. What Nets price did you get? I got a pick, and I still have like -1. If you have like a -130, I see it's everything from like -112 to -130 right now. If you have like a -130, just wait. It's gonna come down. People, I haven't, followed NBA for a while. There's a lot of Memphis respect still. When I last paid attention, everybody really respected the Grizzlies. I assume that's still happening. The over respect for the Grizzlies. I mean, I think they're good, but still, right? Right? Yeah. Right. So I think that money will continue. I think you should be able to get like under a -120 at least, or at least a -120 on the Nets. I would assume. Do I like the Nets? Yeah, I like the Nets. That's whether I want them at like a pick 'em, but I'll just take, if you're telling me like I just get to have Kyrie and KD at a pick 'em versus fucking anybody. Kyrie's birthday, KD and Kyrie with no Harden to screw it up. You just let them play Super Bowl. They're the best 2 ISO scores in the NBA. Just go back and forth for the entire freaking time. No, I don't do hockey. I don't know any. I have no idea what I'm watching with hockey, but I like watching playoff hockey. Playoff hockey is fucking intense. I love watching the playoff hockey and going to a Knights game. Bro, if you come to Las Vegas, go to a Knights game. It is an awesome experience. I'm not a hockey fan at all, but that experience, it's super intimate. It's a great like entertainment show. It's like everybody's fucking on their feet with like 3 minutes to go in a game. They're up 5. It's absurd. Knights games are awesome. Awesome experience. I love going every once in a while. But no, I don't know shit about hockey. I followed the Devils when I was a kid with like Marty Brodeur and Niedermeyer and Scott Stevens and Martin and fucking Elias and the whole crew. But all right, let's see really quick. The other ones I was looking at, no, I don't want anything to do with the Warriors. I was thinking maybe the Timberwolves, but I can't do it. I was thinking them though. Whoever mentioned, I saw Timberwolves flash by in the thing before. I don't know enough about how they're playing, but I think this Rockets Mavs line is insane. It's literally on crack to me. 10.5 and fucking plus 415. I still have available. Why is that happening? Does anybody understand? Playoff hockey is unreal, dude. Sean Resnick, it's lovely. It is lovely. College hockey is very fun and very cheap, like $5 to get in. Casey Merrill, I've never thought of going to a college hockey game. But I bet you UNLV's got to be decent out here. I do want to start going to UNLV basketball games. Yeah, I understand the Mavs are good. I've heard they've been playing good basketball. No Luka tonight, though. So without Luka, isn't this just like kind of like a smallish ball team that's going to be going against a super other explosive smallish ball team? Do they have anybody to guard like Porter or anyone like that? Like, when I look at them, it's like if you let the Rockets play small ball and stuff and you just play like a crazy guard game, that's literally where they thrive. That's what you're giving them their win condition. Like, that's how I feel. So, I mean, maybe I'm missing something, but this is the same team, no? We're going to be trotting out there Finney, Bullock, Powell, Brunson, Dinwiddie. So aren't we just playing like and the Rockets are so much more athletic, right? They're starting lineup. So we're gonna run around. You're gonna be a little smarter. We're gonna be way more athletic, and let's see what happens. So I'm going to have I took some Rockets spread at plus 10.5 because I assumed there was a chance that would drop, and I took a teeny bit of plus 415, like no real sprinkle or anything. But I don't understand. Like I'm treading super light on NBA relative after fucking the Knicks yesterday. Although right side of the handicap is just bad taste in my mouth. That's NBA. I always forget that's NBA is like that fucking stupid bullshit at the end of games. I just don't like the variance at the end of games of NBA games compared to college. Yeah. How about Magic or Thunder? I don't know. Are the Magic playing decent? I just saw the Thunder were on like death's losing streak, and I was like, well, fucking I'll take OKC. I would rather be on OKC. Is Shea playing? Shea and OKC? Sure. I like the Magic too. I have no idea. Who's playing better? I would need current form for that handicap. Like the Nets at Pick'em against jawless Memphis. Like, I just don't. I mean, we just score, right? You just score the ball. You guys just outscore. You do whatever you want. You're just the two best. You have the best player. You just score, right? That's what we do. Okay. Let's move on to the Magic are playing well. That would make me like the Magic. What is there anybody else on the Grizzlies injury report, by the way? I didn't get to look at that. Magic just beat the Warriors in OKC past 2 games. The Warriors, literally, it's like, do they feel like playing or not? I feel like that's their whole thing. It's just, do I feel like playing? That's the Warriors' handicap. Did they beat the Warriors with Draymond or without Draymond? With Draymond, without Draymond. Big deal. So you beat the Warriors without Draymond, it wins as much as a fart. That's what it means to me. And then if you beat them with Draymond, I get it. So why does nobody care about Olynyk? It's okay. Let's move on to UFC, I feel. Started looking at it last night. Why do I like Olynyk? Dre played 29 minutes. Okay. Then we got some spunky Magic. All right. I don't want to play against the Magic. Then they're spunky. They're feeling spunky, huh? I still think Shea is. I think Shea is like the most underrated player in the NBA. Every time I watch Shea Gilgeous-Alexander play, I'm like, that's how I fucking want my guard to play basketball. That guy. I hate Draymond. I think Draymond's one of the best players to ever play basketball that I've ever watched. You know, it's hard to judge people. You weren't part of the generation because you can't understand like the game relative and on whatever else. But Draymond's one of the best players I've ever seen play basketball in my life. He complete game changer, he unlocked a whole generation of basketball. Like this whole thing that we're watching now take place is basically like Draymond and the big man initiator and this whole thing. It's like that guy, if he's not like first ballot Hall of Fame, so much respect, goddamn, whatever out the door. I mean, that guy, Draymond is one impressive player. You like him, dislike him, whatever. But if you don't respect what he's done for basketball and just the whole thing, I mean, he's a unicorn. So yeah, I like Draymond. I like Draymond. Okay, so UFC. I also think Clay. Like Clay is fucking the one of the. If I can draft like 3 players to start a team, I'm taking like Klay Thompson because it's like, oh, you're a lockdown defender. Although I haven't watched him really play defense since his knee came back. I'm like afraid to watch him. I like him too much. If he gets injured again, I'm just gonna cry. But play amazing defense. Really don't need the ball at all. Literally at all. Just wildly efficient, awesome team guy. I mean, what more do you want than Klay Thompson? Literally doesn't need the ball at all to just wildly efficient. Just unbelievable. All right, so UFC. Wait, let me bring up the card and I'll just run through real quick. But why do I like Olenek? I think that like doesn't Latifi have to come into his world to win? Like if it's a striking fight, Tyler Rose, what's up, brother? If it's a striking fight, then we have like a 7-inch reach advantage, and don't we just like Latifi threw 5 fucking strikes versus Derek Lewis? So if it's on the feet, I think Olenek has an advantage. I bet these. I bet this side. This is Leon's shit that I still need to look into. Although I'm just not going to take Askarov, but he's going to win. But I'm not going to pay that price, and I'd rather just root for Kai Kara France and just get a little sad for 5 minutes, go on a little emotional roller coaster, get that instead of some money. I would love that. Lewis is a different animal, though. No, I completely agree. And he's like afraid of the power or whatever. But Latifi has no volume in any of his fights. And then if we go on the ground, I get he has like no neck, but we're still in Olenek's world. And if he somehow reverses something or something, I think the fight's over. If Olenek lands on top at all, yeah. Do you like Griffin or are we just rooting for him? Hey, I saw somebody else comment about how we all like Griffin. Obviously, we all like Griffin. That's our guy. Fight-wise, all right, let's get into this fight. I understand the advantages for Magny, and I understand just like he's going to pick at him from distance. He has like a 3 to 4 inch reach advantage, probably something like that. And then at distance, he's going to be able to pick away with leg kicks, stuff like that. And then get him in the clinch, possibly take him down, and then wear on his gas tank where he just has a way better gas tank from the Colorado thing / whatever. Griffin, maybe his gas tank looked like it was like, fading a little bit at the end of the Condit fight. Condit starting to come back a little bit, but I think that also was a huge adrenaline dump because he like almost finished a legend who's like his idol, and then he doesn't finish him, and then he started to come back and stuff, and it's just a little weirder dynamic. Reach is kind of overrated unless you know how to use it. It depends. Like the guys that know how to use it, like sometimes it looks like reach is like impenetrable. And then there's guys that don't know how to use it that fight like a fucking like a Volkov or something a lot of the time, except when he's kicking. But like with his punches and stuff, like Volkov doesn't really keep distance with his punches, even though he's fucking huge. So there's like it's different. I think it's just how they use it. Or I'm starting to think. I don't pretend to be a fucking expert at all at this shit. I'm learning, but I want to learn, and I'm going to learn because we are going to manage a goddamn fighter. I don't care how many years it takes me. At some point, we will all be sitting on here, and the board will be up, and we'll be discussing who our fighter is going to fight. We're going to be discussing matchups. Like, would you rather fight this guy or this guy? That's what we're going to be discussing at some point. I fucking promise you that. It's going to be the most fun thing on planet Earth. Why is leg length not a measured stat yet? I don't know. That's interesting. There's a lot of things like you can't go get data for like models and stuff on hand speed. Like I saw PFL. If you watch PFL, sometimes they give those stats, but I don't know why. I'm not sure why. Griffin, but so I think a big thing though when you watch, like if you go back and watch like Ponzinibbio fight, if you watch like the Lorenz Larkin fight, there's some other fights where people just give Magny so much space. Like people are just like, they like help him by giving him so much space and they're like afraid of the cardio. They're like fucking whatever. But a lot of these wins, man, are super fraudulent if you go back and watch them. And like I've been following UFC like much closer or really close for the last, say like 2+ years, whatever. But if you look at Magny's wins, dude, it's the most fraudulent last like 5-6 fights I've ever seen in my life. Geoff Neal is like one of the dumbest fighters on planet Earth. He tried to lose that Ponzinibbio matchup for us, which was the easiest matchup that's ever been freaking given to anybody in the UFC. Chiesa just completely dominates him. He looks like he doesn't even know what grappling is. He beats Robbie Lawler, means nothing. Anthony Rocco Martin was injured, couldn't do any road work, so he gassed out like a minute and a half into, or a round and a half into that fight after having tons of success. I think winning up until the point he gassed out. And then Li Jingliang looked like a shell of himself and gassed out in like a minute and a half. That was during the pandemic. I think he had like a really weird weight cut trip over the U.S., whatever it was. So, and then he got knocked out by Ponzinibbio before that. So his last 6 fights, I have an asterisk against every single one. The Geoff Neal win's kind of cool, whatever. I think if Griffin crowds him, doesn't give him any space, gets in his grill, I think he can, and then just fucking unloads I think he can knock him out. There's some tall man defense out of Magny sometimes. I think we just get inside, pressure him relentlessly, knock him out. People that think Magny is going to take us down. I don't think Magny's taking Max down. Do people think that? That Magny's going to, I think holding him up against the fence and we can't really move a lot. Okay, I can maybe picture some of that. Magny is not taking down Max Griffin. I'm sorry. I don't think that's happening. Does anybody think that? What are the counters on the Max Griffin fight? Anybody got any counters for me? Because I need to learn on UFC and NBA. I'm always willing to, whatever. I'm willing to, learning is how you improve. But I like my angle of college basketball right now. I feel pretty good. So anybody on Griffin, anybody on Magny, what is your counter to that? Because I think if we just control pace more, like we don't need to let Magny just have his space, get to do whatever he wants, implement his game plan. Let's just close distance, get in his face from as soon as freaking the bell tips. Let's just rush the middle, get in his face, and just start fucking wailing on his face. Just close the distance. Max is better in tight. He's a much better boxer up and close. Much better. I think it's like apples and oranges. So I think at distance, if we just stay at length at distance and just are dumb, but like, is Max Griffin going to do that? No, he's a vet. He's like a 36-year-old vet. You think he's just going to stand at distance to get chewed up and then just let Neil Magny just keep him up against the cage and do nothing? So like the answer is like, is this like, we love Max Griffin bet, or do I actually think there's an edge? I think it's a combo. I think the line's way too wide to begin with, but we do love Max. So I'd love to hear counters. Dustin, what'd you say? Disturb his moves. He doesn't like to fight up close. He is long and lanky. He will pick him off. Griffin, get close. Yes, I agree. I absolutely agree. Damn it. Chat privately with your guests. What the fuck? I clicked something here. Oh, no. Yes, I absolutely agree, Dustin Harris. If we just close the distance, I think we have a lot of advantages. Will plus 190 get better for Griffin? I think so. Plus 190 is a pretty nice price, though, huh? But I think people are just going to continue to bet on Magny. Like people were betting on Magny versus Chiesa, weren't they? They're going to bet on him versus Griffin. People are think like, because Griffin's past, the past like 3 fights or whatever he's won on this little thing aren't the best, but he also like arguably won all the fights before that. He's arguably on like a 6-7 fight win streak right now. So I'll take him. Chris Gutierrez versus Dana Becadel. Anybody have an opinion on this? I think the better bet is to go to the distance. I think Griffin can finish him. I think Griffin can definitely finish him. Griffin's too athletic to get taken down by Magny. There's going to be a lot of time on the feet. I don't think this is going to the ground. I just really don't, unless Griffin wants to take it there. Griffin's been spending so much time at Alpha Male the last however many years. I don't think so. I just don't see that. I do not see Magny taking Griffin down. I just do not see that happening. Bet 3 rounds. Yeah. I don't know. I think he just can knock him out in the first round. I think he's going to fold Magny in the first round, to be completely honest. But I also thought he was going to fucking fold Condit. He almost did fold Condit. I mean, Condit was folded. Condit has an unbelievable, Condit's so hard to finish. Yeah, Mike Fitz, nice job on St. Bonnie's. You got although the spread I always thought was a good play. I said that, but the same thing with Vandy. The spread's fine. It's like there's different ways. It shows, right? There's different ways to look at things. different ways to look at things, right? You can look at it from like a perspective of I want it. Like if you think a team's going to win, you can just look to get a better price, stuff like that. Like there's so many opportunities. Like that Xavier game, you really had opportunities to get crazy prices on Xavier. And we kind of knew that would happen. So that felt good. Why is the line so wide on MTSU? I have no idea why it's so wide. Got Bonnie's live at plus 340 with 3 minutes left. Nice job. That's nice hunting. You skin that little puppy in the backyard, let the blood drip out on the ground. Yes, good job. Before I throw down on MTSU, you see a world where they lose. I think I could be close, but MTSU, I think there's zero value in the MTSU money line, unfortunately for me. Like MTSU money line, you're like implying that MTSU is going to win like 7 out of 10 versus this UNCW team. That's not true. So you're gambling. If you want to gamble, gambo, but know you're gamboing. What's up, Poodlehead? Not much. Just loafing around. The pest people just came for their monthly thing. What else is going on? Not a whole lot. I'm trying to break down. Oh, Lover to Trish, we got a Providence song coming out tonight. Oh, and Lover to Trish, if you haven't supported Max Griffin this week, please try and do so. If you haven't, just later on, whatever, just see if you can like a couple of his posts, do whatever. But our guy is fighting the biggest fight of his career. So that's our guy. You saw he commented back on Instagram and TikTok. That's our fucking guy. So we got to support him this week, please. Everybody. Seeing a lot of people on BYU. I think Washington State wins by 7-10. I can see it. I want to look to live and just see what the board advantage looks like, Dennis Scholes. How bad is it? Because I think actually Traore and George, their bodies aren't built for it. It's probably going to be tough because, you watch some of the San Fran games, there were some problems. But I can't get it out of my head that if that's a close game, I'm going to just be, if I had a Washington State ticket and that game's close, I would just be like, oh, fuck, I have Michael Flowers against Alex Barcelo. That stinks. I'd be like, that sucks. We're going to lose. That's how I'd feel. So if I only have the 1.5, I'd just be like a little bit like, oh, fuck. Just sucks. Wait, what was I about to write? Oh, I can't go back up. All right, I have to forego the ones I want. MTSU will either blow them out or lose outright. I would not moneyline them. Yeah, I kind of think similar. I don't think they're going to blow out UNCW. I don't know. I guess they can. They can literally. They're so confident. Just so confident. Their confidence is like bleeding off the screen when you see it. Love her to Trish. Love you too, bud. Askarov line is so wide. I know. I just can't see fucking Kai Kara France winning. He just had 2 easy ass wins. Although that was an impressive win versus Bontarine. The Garbrandt one, we called that. We were like, he's gonna knock him out in the first round, and he did. So that was a good win by us on Garbrandt. That was pretty easy though. The speed, it's just Askarov to me seems like a guy that's gonna be champ soon. Just a guy from Philly, appreciate you. Mike Fitz. I didn't even look at the fans, look in the stands. I was so concentrated on watching the live lines next to it. I couldn't even. That's sad, though. That is kind of sad. MTSU is going to be so good next year, though. The thing that scares me about that UNCW pick is that Cam Weston hasn't played well a few games in a row. He started to get rolling at the end of last game. If Cam Weston just goes banana shit, I won't be surprised. So that would be what scares me, is if Cam Weston just goes completely Mondo mode, which he's very capable of doing, because I think he's a Power 5 talent for sure. For sure, in my opinion. Spyro the Dragon, how are you, my guy? Literally every time you comment, I literally just think of that stupid fucking purple dragon just floating around the screen, and me as a little kid being like, what do I do with him? Isn't there something I can do? Nope. Bloop, bloop, bloop. What do you think about the Pistons getting 5 at home? I know Sin City Chaos likes that. That's normally a good sign. I'd rather be on the Hawks when there's no enormous physicality advantage. So No John Collins, super annoying. I can see if you want to be on the Pistons, makes a lot of sense. John Collins, very important. I'm going to look to probably live that. So I was thinking maybe live that or the Celtics. Oh, sorry, Dino. Sorry, sir. Come over here. Dino, come over here. What? Come over here. Come say hi. Come on. Come say hi. Come say hi. You're so big now. Is Cade playing? I think he is. Grant is back also. Yeah, I can see that. I can see it. I think there's a pretty wide disparity in guard play here. Say hi. There's a pretty wide disparity in guard play. Grant, Cade, Bay should be able to score. I think that the Hawks will probably score too. Right? Like, you just attack Cade. That dog hates it. He's tired. We went for like a massive hike, and we went to a swimming hole and stuff. What do you think? You like the Hawks? His tail's wagging. Okay. Batgarel versus Gutierrez. I thought he's just gassed. If you look at his eyes, he's like half asleep. But yeah, I think guard play, unfortunately, in the Hawks game. I think they're going to win a close one. I think the 5 points with Detroit makes some sense, though. But I'm just going to view that one differently. So I can see it being close. I'm going to end up just taking the guard play. I like how Bogdanovich is playing. I think he's like the most important guard on the Hawks. I'll take them. But I can see if you want to fade the Hawks without John Collins, makes a lot of sense. Dana Batgarel over Chris Gutierrez, I think might be like my favorite UFC play this weekend. I feel like he's going to finish him in the first round. 3 games in 4 days for the Hawks makes me want to take Pistons. Nice situational spot, Peterson. That's a nice situational spot. NBA isn't as guard play dominant, in my opinion. Regular season. So playoffs is always the most guard play dominant, especially in the NBA. A lot of how you can handicap the NBA in the playoffs is just like perimeter defense, because so few people actually have perimeter defense, and then the guard play at the end of games. So the best perimeter defense wins a lot of times in the NBA. Sneaky, underrated little like way to just look at things and simplify it. I got you. A team on a long road trip, the first game they come back home is a fade. That makes sense. I like that situational spot. NBA is a very situational. So you guys are talking me out of the Hawks. How about the Celtics? Can anybody talk me out of the Celtics? Then let me talk about Dana Batgarel real quick. You look like you hate me. What do you do your systems on sharp plays? Where do you make your systems? Do you have like Sports Insights or whatever? Oh, I love the Celtics tonight. Okay. Okay, everybody's on the Celtics. All right, that makes me feel more comfortable. I will look to live the Celtics then. So Dana Batgarel, I'm a little concerned. I like Brandon Royval, and I guess I kind of like the Factory X camp with Montoya and stuff. But I'm a little concerned that there's been 0 videos out of Chris Gutierrez. Favorite play of the day is definitely Wake Forest for me. Brooklyn Nets top play. Wake Forest is my best play of the day for sure. I just think they have such a matchup advantage. If they lose, then whatever. But we've had a good handicap on Wake all season. I don't think Texas A&M has the normal recipe to beat them. If they just play like an awesome game where Quentin Jackson drops fucking 28 points, then you know what? I'll eat it. But I like Wake. I think it's concerning that there's been 0 posts out of Chris Gutierrez for this Dana Batgarel fight. I've always seen Chris Gutierrez interviews. I've watched, like, he usually does 2 or 3 before every fight because he's always been in like a custody thing with his son and his like ex or whatever. I think it gives him some exposure, whatever. He talks about it. I think trying to support other dads in the situation, whatever. But he's always doing media. 0 media out of him for this week, which is fucking concerning because I think he thinks he's going to get knocked out. He really like rushes forward with his face They don't teach really striking defense at Factory X. If you notice, a lot of them just like kind of fucking walk backwards, forwards, eat punches, don't move their head off the center line. That against a guy with a lot of power, a lot of speed, and Dana Becquerel, I think is a problem, because I think if he rushes in, he's going to get dropped with a left hook, and then if he sits back and lets himself get back to the fence, which Becquerel is very adept at pushing people up against the fence, closing distance, stuff like that. He's generally like power punchery kind of guy. I think we're going to have problems. You saw Guido Canetti have a decent amount of success with leg kicks, so that's there for Chris Gutierrez. But I think Chris Gutierrez is getting knocked the fuck out, man. I think he's going to get knocked out really badly. It's going to be sad. Or he's going to just like eat so much damage that he's like tentative and then is like comfortable losing a decision. One of the two, but I think the power for Becquerel is going to cause some serious problems. Everyone else on TikTok says Texas A&M, but I agree with you on Wake Forest. Dude, when I go through TikTok to try and look at that shit, I don't even know how to get a vibe, because people just say, like, people's handicapping on TikTok is, I like this team. That's not fucking you're just, anybody can say I like. I don't know. I don't even know how to judge it, because people literally just say like, and they're like, when they do reasoning, they're like, just trust me tonight. It's like, well, okay, I don't know. That's super unhelpful. Thank you for being so unhelpful. Why Wilmington? I think it's super wide, and I think they have like the athletes and talent that a lot of teams, MTSU is generally kicking the shit out of, doesn't have, and then they have the experience to boot. So if they can match up, I don't think the front court guys for MTSU are going to scare me too much. So Trez White being out isn't that bad. The big guy for Wilmington. So I think just kind of like if a bunch of guards run around on the floor, they'll make more mistakes. We'll make less. The athleticism gap's not too wide, and it's a close game. I've seen the Bender wins guy. Yeah. He, I don't know. Everybody has different approaches. Do you like your dog's ears? I love my dogs, dude. They're awesome. The Ben, yeah, I don't know. That guy, I don't know. A lot of these people, I think, I don't know. He seems to have a process though, which is good. I don't like the fact that guy's selling like master classes and talking about he like acts like he's God. That's what that guy seems like to me. He seems like a successful person though. So I don't like the attitude of these people that get like, they're like on TikTok and they think they're like fucking, they like talk down to people because they're like fucking, whatever. Like, I just don't like, I'm going to teach you through my masterclass. Are you? Like, are you? Like, come on. You have a masterclass guy. You're like, come on. To teach somebody a masterclass, like, what have you proven? Like, these people are crazy that try and get people to sign up for their things, get people to pay like fucking monthly fees. Like, that's money for their fucking families, you disgusting humans. These greedy fucks, like that sports betting education guy that was around for a while, that people I think were like fucking, whatever, you're a psychopath. I think you can get all of this information free. It's the same thing like financial advice. Just go on Twitter. There's the best. I learned how to invest when the pandemic hit and sports were canceled. I made like, fucking, I'm not whatever, talk about whatever, but you can learn anything on the internet. People pay things. There's no paywall necessary. There's people that really care for people and want to help people and really just care about people and will help you for free. That's the way the world is now. That's what the access to information has done. Like, it works both ways, right? So like, that's one of the beautiful things that came out of it. Yes, it completely polluted our youth and stuff, sure. But it's awesome that there are people that really just want to help. Like, I literally want to help. Midwest Mike, I've seen, that guy knows what he's talking about. I think he's whatever in the old pay model. I don't think he's exciting to listen to at all. Like, when he talks, it makes my fucking brain hurt for some reason. But that Midwest Mike guy has come up on my things, and his plays are smart plays. Like, he knows his handicapping angle. He knows what he's talking about. The Bet Openly guy, yeah, I think he's an entrepreneur. I don't think he knows what he's talking about betting. I mean, those guys, they come up on my thing. We're friends. I like the Bet Openly guy. If he ever needed anything, I would definitely support him for free, would not take any advertising, whatever. I think what he's doing with his platform is awesome. You want to cut big? Fuck yeah. Peer-to-peer betting sounds awesome. Do I think like when there are posts that are like, hey, we have these systems from like Sports Insights basically, and we're going to like, this means they're like awesome plays? Like, no, that's not. I've spent so much time with people on like, these are system plays.
you have to like you have to have an approach to that shit. You can't just pick and choose different ones, because then it's just like your bias comes in and you end up like the other ones hit. And then it's this whole fucking, it's just catch-22 all the time. Like if you use them, you kind of have to play them all, or it's just like an indicator for you, whatever it is. But just like blindly playing things that are like, fading, like, I don't know. That's not really, that's not enough edge for me. If you just are putting like $20 down or whatever, and you have no fucking clue what you're doing, then okay. But, if you're putting 4 figures on things, that's crazy to me. To just be like, oh, this team has shot like 30% from 3 over their last 4 games. So they're fucking, and it's a Tuesday and the wind's blowing left. So, we have to take them. Like, that's fucking crazy to me, personally. Jalen Sims is a dude, Dustin Harris. I agree. Midwest Mike is smart. He's never excited when he wins. Yeah, because he's been doing it. That's why you can tell he's a real bettor. Like, you can tell who the people that are real bettors are and not, right? Like that Midwest Mike guy. Yeah, exactly. Like you never see, I've never seen, he's never popped up on my page for like a congratulating himself post where he's like, oh, I fucking crushed it tonight. Have you ever seen me do that? Because you don't. That's why people that really know what they're doing, they don't need to brag. They're just like, oh, you'll see that I can pick tomorrow, whatever. I don't know, whatever. Everybody's different. But yeah, I don't think there's very many people that really handicap on this app. I think it's mostly because people that handicap generally like don't have the time to then know how to use all the trends and be like, like with my dog, like being like, yeah. Generally, what do you think about sharp dimes? No idea. I just meant the website. I like the idea of it. What website? Have you checked out Bet Openly? Oh yeah, it's an awesome. Thoughts on Fresno? I'd rather blow my brains out than lay 13 points with Fresno State and that fucking inept offense and coaching. They have the worst coach in college basketball, arguably. At least the worst one still playing because Penny's not coaching anymore this year. So he's the worst one still playing. I would take the Youngstown points, but it seems like everybody's on that side. But people seem to have we kind of have a success in general fading Fresno State. I'm not sure Youngstown State has any big men, though, do they? Thoughts on Providence versus Kansas? I'm going to drop a track later today, Ryan Ross. I got the first verse of a track. I actually wrote down the first verse, and then I'm gonna ad-lib the second one. I'll figure out the second one. Let my little improv take over in the second one like I usually do. But I wrote the first verse of the Providence song. It's To What's My Age Again by Blink-182. Whatever, I'm not going to ruin it. But we got a song coming out for Providence. What do you think of taking the points? Wait, take Sixers minus 9.5. Yeah, I like that. I live like 30 minutes from Youngstown campus. It's in the middle of nowhere. You ever see Bo Pelini around, Peterson? I go to Providence, go Friars. Fuck yeah, Ryan Ross. I got a nice money line bet on him already. Whoa. Okay, you almost jumped off. Man, he really made me seem like a demon today, huh? Kid's just tired as shit. We went on I'm getting back in shape because I keep talking about doing BJJ, but I haven't started yet. So I'm getting back in shape. I'm losing my gut so I can start doing BJJ. Ran fucking 6 miles this morning, kids. 6 miles. The kid's starting to move. We're getting rid of our gut. Crazy to me that the future is plus 7,000 on Providence. I think if you probably just take them every game, they're going to be such massive dogs every game. You'll get much better than that. Nobody believes in Providence. UNCW just started. Did it really? At 2:00? Shit. Should I throw that on? Because I have Flow Hoops. I can probably throw that. Oh, no, that's on ESPN probably. Hold on. I'll throw it on. Chill for a little bit and watch it. Let's see how the beginning of the game goes. Judge the athleticism gap. Hold on. Shit. I don't know where the fuck my remote is. Oh, wow. 5 Eastern tip-off. No kidding. So what time? Then it's just 2 hours later, Oh, wow, that's a CBI. Maybe they wanted to get some eyeballs before the NIT shit starts. What time does the weight game start? ESPN 2. Question about live betting. What up, Jared? Hit me with it. Do you just watch the flow? I mean, I look for a lot of different things. I mean, you generally, you don't want to live teams after they go on a run. Basketball's a game of runs. Like if your team scores like 7 in a row, don't live bet them. Definitely don't live bet them. But I mean, I'm looking for like quality of shot is big. Rebounding. Are we taking the ball? But say yesterday was Xavier. Yeah, I was living Xavier when they were down 10 multiple times. Down 8-10. When they were down 8-1. Yeah, I took a little bit right away. Yeah, I did. It means nothing. Early leads are an awesome time too. It literally means nothing. Being down like 7 early, being down 7 at the end of the first half, like Middle Tennessee yesterday, literally means nothing. Nothing. How's the game going? Are we getting good shots? ACU was literally just pulling up from 3, hitting crazy shots. Like it was just insane. As soon as that stops, the game's over. So a lot of it's like quality of shot. MTSU was hanging with them the whole time, answering. Younger team answering during the older team's run the entire first half. I disagree. Providence going to be favorites versus Miami? I don't think so. I think it would be like a pick 'em at the worst. I don't think so. I think they'd be like slight dogs in Miami. Would you wait for a run from Vandy? Would you just wait for a run from Vandy? What do you mean? For 8-1? No, I mean, I'm never going in being like, I have to fill this up. Like you're not like I said, look, it always, whenever I write it, I try and write like look to live, like look to live this, look to live that. Cause it's like, you don't have to, like, if you're not seeing things you don't like, don't live it. You know what I mean? So like, you only want to, you need to see things you like. I'm saying, what if Xavier was up 8-1? Would you wait for a Vandy run? Yeah, no, I wouldn't. I would never lay like minus 400 on a live bet or something. I'm generally looking for like a good price. Like if I'm not going to take the minus 145 pregame, if Xavier goes up 8-1 early and I just said 8-1 means the gum on your shoe, meaning the spread. I don't know. That's just not an opportunity to me. Like if Xavier's up 8-1, there's no opportunity. I just like nothing's happening. It's like the same thing. It just means nothing. I just would move on. My brain would never register. It would just be like, okay, the game's going. What's happening? Like waiting for opportunities. Do you bet totals? Read by comment. Sharp plays. I'm sorry, but I might have to echo other people. How old are you, brother? You don't have any patience. You have no patience. Sharp plays. Do you bet totals? No, maybe I sell them. Maybe I give them away. So I'm not going to answer that question. No, I generally don't do them as much. I'm just kidding. Do you look at Pacers versus Kings? No, I didn't. There's too many revenge angles in that. I didn't know whose revenge I wanted to be on, whether the Halliburton revenge or the Sabonis revenge. So initially I was like, oh, I want the Kings matchup wise, but then I was like, oh, I'd rather fucking chop my legs off than bet against Tyrese Halliburton in a spike game. Oh, that's that guy. That's that guy, dude. If he wants to play spike ball, I ain't getting in front of that shit. He's going to kill people. Sabonis isn't playing. Ew. But I have to lay like 5 with the Pacers. I'm not going to do that either. Give me Pacers. That's what I was saying. I don't know if I want to lay 5, though. I've been trying to just like, because I don't have a good read on the NBA. I haven't watched the NBA in forever. I just started watching like the last few nights. So I'm just getting back into it. So I was just trying to look for spots that seemed crazy to me. Like I thought the Rockets line was fucking insane. It just didn't even make any sense to me. The Pacers, yeah, I think it was 5.5 when I was looking before. Hold on. Everywhere from 4.5 to 5.5. Interesting. My only bets are Wake Forest and Celtics money line, or I'm just talking shit. That's funny. Yeah, I just have Wake Forest, UNCW. I took some Nets. I have teeny bits of Rockets, and then I'll just look to live things. Yeah, we got the game up, Sharp Plays. That's it. Well, it's a little far away. That was a nice dude. MTSU is so athletically talented. It's fucking insane. All of them can jump so high. It is crazy. Sprint training baseball. Wait. Sprint training. I'm doing sprint training, but it's for MMA. It's not for I'm going hard. I'm starting to work out hard every day. This is going to be a thing. It's a gross play by Sims. Do you ever do props? Not really. The lines aren't generally. It's too much of a pain in the ass. They're not wide. They're not big enough. I generally like betting like $200 on something isn't gonna fucking get me going. I'd rather just not do it. Like I'd really rather just not do it. There's no point from it. I have to be feeling really fucking degenerate to bet a couple $100 on something. I don't have like FanDuel in these places that have all these crazy props that I can like do all these crazy things with and put like $2,000 on it. You can't do that. So I don't feel like, I don't know. For me, I have no golf. I play a little bit of golf. Don't like watching it at all, actually. I used to watch with my grandpa, and then he passed away, so now I really don't like it, actually. But it's not exciting to me at all. Although I fucking love watching baseball, so I don't know if it's about excitement. Nothing. I love watching baseball. I don't know why, but that battle between a pitcher and a hitter, the fucking adjustments we're both trying to make, fuck, I love that. Oh, what a puzzle. My favorite kind of puzzle. You can do that with any book pretty much. I can't, Aaron Holtz. I have limited amounts on my props. Oh, do I bet spring training baseball? I can do that on any book. Oh, no, I don't really bet spring training baseball. I just have other shit going on. I'm trying to figure out NBA for the playoffs, and now I have college basketball. And this end of game, like, I mean, I don't know if anybody's been around. We've been doing well the last like few weeks. Like this end of season stuff is like, it's money. Like this is where there's so much money to be made. Your book doesn't have a prop builder. I have these stupid prop building things. It says the most I can lay is like $250 on a prop. So what am I going to do with that? Or like I have a couple places where I can lay like $1,000, but I don't know. It's just not the amount of time. Everything's time. So like I also invest in like stocks, crypto and shit. Like I can't just be like looking under the covers for like fucking like is fucking, Sabonis going to score 15 points today? Like I don't fucking care. I just don't have I just don't have it. Yeah, I don't have Bovada. Yeah, I don't. I have very few offshores now. Almost everything I do is just in Vegas now. Peterson, that's lovely. I hope I'm helping people. That's literally all I'm trying to do is just help people. So that's fucking lovely. What is a sushi price for you or a pancake? I don't know, Sharp Plays. Fucking let me see your bank account. Send me your bank account. We'll do a trade. I'm not getting robbed. Come on. How much do you think it is? I sit around all day and do fucking lives for you guys, make sports betting videos and hike with my dogs. What do you think I'm doing? Do people think I have some job I run to right after all this shit? Like, dude, I sit around and bet sports all day. How do you think I'm doing? You did good or bad? You just see me sit around. I just fucking travel and fucking bet on sports all day. Wait, you think it's going good or you think it's going bad? That's my response when people are like, oh, where's your fucking unit tracker? It's like, fucking dude, what do you want? What do you want? Just confused. It's like, I'm not proving anything to anybody. If people don't want it, don't trust me. Fucking head for the hills. I don't give a fuck. Like, I'm just trying to help people. I'm not trying to get in a dick measuring contest with people like, oh, but he puts $5,000 on a play and he puts $10,000 on a play. It's like, oh, fucking okay. Johnny, be good. I just don't. That's not. I don't want to prove anything. I don't say my unit size. I've given like relative. Like, dude, I have a house. Like, I have a fucking house, dude. like I have to like support it. It's like a real thing. Like I'm a grown up. I'm 32 years old, dude. I'm not like in college where I just am looking for beer money. I'm fucking 32. Like, there's not that many options of what my unit size can be. There's only so many options. You know what I mean? Like it has to be high enough to have a life. I also like sushi. I like fucking steak. All I do is eat steak. Both my dogs are both raw. They're completely raw. I feed them only fucking steak, organs, fucking heart matrix stuff, and fucking. Well, I take this shit too, but because I'm like trying carnivore diet. But I mean, I feed my dogs completely raw meat, all from the butcher and stuff, man. Like it can't be going bad. I promise. It's. I thought we were the same age. I'm 22. Yeah. Sorry. We're not the same age. I'm old as shit. Do you think you'll sports bet for the rest of my life? I've been doing it for 20 years, Marty. So I stole my mom's credit card and opened, coincidentally, a Bovada account when I was 12 years old. I'm 32. So it's the only thing that I've done like every day. Like I was addicted to heroin for a while. So I'm not, I don't do that every day. I don't have sex every day. I don't, I basically walk, breathe, and bet every day. There's no other things I think I do every day. What type of sushi? Fucking, I don't know. Like fish wise, like nothing beats Toro. I want tuna belly. I love Toro. I like salmon sashimi. I like fucking, I don't know what a sugarfish is, but I'm a big omakase guy because we get great fish out here in Vegas. Big bonus of living near all the casinos and the hotels and stuff. You get awesome fish out here. So the quality of fish is really, really good here. So your main income is bets. Yes, B. Polly, it is. But I sell a lot of my picks in bulk. So that's what I'm going back and forth with over the MLB season because somebody wants to buy my entire season. Do you stress while watching the game? You have money on it. Do I look like I'm stressing? No. Why would I stress? I know I'm going to win long term. What am I stressing about? I'm just learning. When you're watching games, if you're stressing, I mean, actually, when you have money on games and you actually get a really good feel because you know if your fucking game is dead like 20 minutes in. There's games where you're like, oh my God, the pick and roll defense is so bad. There's no way we can win this game. Well, you'll remember that fucking pick and roll defense for the rest of the year, my friend. So instead, like, I don't sweat. There's no sweating. You just lose. You win, you lose. You have the same day tomorrow. I stress more when people DM me like their parlays and I go 3 for 4 and they're like, oh my God, this team couldn't cash for us. And I'm like, dude, we went 3 for 4. What the fuck are you parlaying things for? Like, that's what stresses me, that I'm not helping people enough. No, I don't give a fuck whether I win or lose one game. I mean, who cares? Variance. If you get mad over variance, you can't control that. Why would you get mad? Or why would you stress? You can't control variance. It's out of your control. You're just killing yourself with stress. Literally, stress is the ultimate killer. What is your best sport? MLB or college ball? MLB. MLB is my sport. That's the sport I played the longest too. Well, now I played soccer longer, but baseball's like I grew up on 90s Yankees, man. How do you feel about females? How do females feel about you being a professional sports bettor? I think it makes it feel dangerous for them, Peterson. I think they like it because they're like, oh, he's dangerous. And then it fits well with my ignoring them strategy. And then like my dogs give them love though, and they feel like they're part of it. And then they never come back and they're like, what happened? And this weird cycle we just always go through. But this new girl I actually really like a lot. Favorite play today is Wake Forest. Oh, whoa. Speaking of MLB, what is the strategy betting baseball? I don't think I can just give you the strategy off of like 2 minutes. I mean, I'm always going to be a matchup handicapper. So I'm like a big, like I look a lot like, I want to see how pitchers are pitching. I want to see what's riding for them. Like, are they a slider pitcher, like a Julio Chacin that throws 5 different variations of slider? Okay, then how does this team hit sliders? Is this team hitting well? Are we in a stadium like Colorado or something where sinkers play well? Like, I don't know, there's a million different factors. What is this lineup? This is a veteran pitcher. Does this lineup have like people that'll watch early, get into like, do they have a leadoff hitter? Does this team have a leadoff hitter? Well, they're facing a stud ace pitcher, so I need them to have somebody that's going to be like a good eye in the lineup to just read it and tell the younger kids like what's going on. Fucking, it's, I mean, 1.5 million things for baseball. What variance? Like, do they have hitting variance? Are they hitting the ball the last game? If you watch the last few games, are they hitting the ball hard? Are they barely making any contact? Are things working together? It's like there's a lineup is like a living, breathing thing over the course of a season. You see lineups like go in and out of funks. Like pitchers, you ride hot pitchers. Like if you find a really good pitcher that's pitching well, I mean, that's generally going to continue. You just ride it. So I think baseball is like, Dano's going to get back today. What do you mean? I'm so confused. What's the worst single day's loss you've had? 50 grand, 100 grand. I've lost I've lost tons of money before. I've had worse days another thing. Okay. Yeah, I didn't think yesterday's plays were bad, Danos, so I don't know. I didn't think they were bad plays. Like if you're up 10 with 4 minutes to go in the Knicks game, I think you have to take that every time. I think what's their faces? UNCO was a bad play. Hopefully we're learning that from today. And then hopefully everybody loaded up on Middle Tennessee. So I think we should have had an okay day by just following yesterday, but I don't know. I'm in a state that doesn't allow online betting. What are my options? What state are you in? Best days ahead. Where do you live? I know there are lots of youngins. There's lots of youngins in my DMs and shit as well. I'm hoping I'm helping people. I'm hoping I'm making people a little beer money to hang out with your friends. Casino. You have to go to the casino. What's it? You're in Texas? Texas doesn't allow online? Interesting. Huh. Wait, is that Trez White? Is he back? Is White back? Do I bet NFL the least of any sport besides, I guess, hockey? I bet the least amount on NFL. Only certain spots like the Bengals this year and stuff, like certain trends I see. But NFL is the sharpest market. I think sports markets are very inefficient right now. The only one that I think stays reasonably efficient is NFL because there's just so much money flowing through it. They need it to be. They put so much effort in. Will you be posting and live streaming of MLB? TBD. We have to figure out the MLB thing. That's something I'm going to get back to everybody on. Maybe, maybe not. Any accounts linked to a Texas address won't allow it. Best days ahead. I would honestly look for getting a VPN. I don't know if you know what a VPN is for your internet thing. And then I would find I think Asian 88 is one, but there's like a bunch that are Pinnacle skins, like Asian books that are like Pinnacle skins. You can use a VPN to change your address, and then you can use I feel like probably I shouldn't be saying this on fucking record. But then you can use a VPN, change your address or whatever, and use like a Pinnacle skin. Bet Openly in Texas. Peterson, nice suggestion. I support the Bet Openly app. That seems like a good app. I mean, cut out juice. It seems like I'd be fucking annoyed if my bets didn't get filled and stuff, that whole mismatching process and all that whole thing. Like, I feel like you'd run into maybe an issue or two with like you need other options, right? Or you're just going to drive yourself crazy and be pissed off all the time, whether you like got your bet in or not. God damn, Middle Tennessee is so good. I'm trying to get like you and not have to work. It took me a really long time. And I also like passively invest all my shit. So my bank account, doesn't have that much in it. I don't keep too much. I mean, I keep a good amount I have to in lock boxes at all the different casinos and safety deposit boxes there. But I keep like literally as little cash as I could possibly need. Like almost everything is working for me in some way, shape, or form. So it's kind of like the same type of thing where I always want to be investing. I never want to be pushed to do anything. I don't want people saying like, I need money, I need this, I need that. Everything I want to be just whatever. That's my whole thing, is just whatever. God damn, are they that good? They're just going to run over UNCW? Is that really about to happen? Are you betting opening day baseball? Yeah. fucking betting every day of the baseball season. It's the most profitable sport you can run into. Although MMA right now is so inefficient. Like, it's just crazy to me that we ended up with like Tom Aspinall minus 130 as like the widest price. Like, that was like a minus 500 fight. I don't even think there was a win condition for Volkov. It was just over. Do you have UNCW money line? Like a hair, barely anything. I took mostly just the spread. I sprinkled the spread for UNCW just out of value. I just didn't want to put too much on money line because MTSU's fucking good, man. They're really good at the basketball. Let's see. I need to get going downhill a little more. I'm surprised they're not going a little more downhill. I guess they can't. They're so long. There you go. There you go. Oh, no. I like that. I have plus 4.5 that I gave out earlier. It was 4.5 all the way up till like midday today. UNCW was easy. Although I've been putting out my videos later. My bad. I've just been whatever about it. Because I feel like I'm basically just posting to our community most of the time, so it doesn't seem to matter as much for me. Like Wake Forest, I gave out yesterday on the stream, so I didn't feel like it was like that imperative to get it out. Fuck. What is your most expensive play of the day? I don't know what that means. I didn't sell anything today to anybody. I'll be upfront. I'm not giving out my best play of the Sweet 16. I sold it already. Sorry. How did you get on TikTok, like posting and stuff? I don't know. I just started doing it because I want to help people because I stopped being able to volunteer. I have both my dogs and stuff. And I already had once I got my first dog, I stopped going to volunteer at like dog shelters. I used to go twice a week and like walk dogs at the pound and stuff. When I was in the city, I used to do a lot of creative writing with older people and children, like fucking young kids, like down in like impoverished part of Manhattan and stuff, like the way lower end part. Like people think it's like really nice down there. It's kind of shitty down in Chinatown and all that area. So I used to go down there, volunteer, and like help kids with creative writing. So I don't have any avenues to volunteer anymore. So I started doing this. That's what this is for. That's why you don't see any ads. There's a million fucking people in my inbox about fucking post about Odds Jam, post about fucking this fucking prize picks and this and that and fucking the other thing. You have any Aspinall type plays for UFC this weekend? No, I don't, TTL. We talked about Aspinall. There's only been two. It's basically been Aspinall and fucking Cannonier that we've literally talked about months in advance. Like we literally were talking about that months in advance. So you would have heard about it by now if I had an Aspinall. But TTL, got to support Max Griffin. That's our guy. Support him. So if like, hop on, make sure you Instagram, Twitter, like some of his shit. We got to support our boy Max Griffin this weekend. We have to. Your best Sweet 16 pick has got to be St. Peter's. Well, I'm not lying to you guys. So, like I said yesterday on the live stream, that I think it's, there's nobody to guard Ivy and he's actually playing decent. So I'm not going to actually like a lot of times my best play that I sell or something will be a lean or something like that. Or I'll like at least tell, like if people ask me about the game, I'll break it down. But I'm not going to fucking lie. I'm trying to help you people. If I fucking lose you money, it's just more money I got to make you back. It just takes me longer. I'm just defeating my own work. How do you sell your picks? People know who I am in Vegas. So I don't need to fucking go on and be like, I'm 62% over the last fucking 14 days. Whoa, here's a meme. Whoa, look at me dance. Look at me dance. Whoa. Buy my picks. Bow. Yeah, I'm never going to do that. Never going to do that. I will fucking never whore myself out like that and be like, fucking, you need a master class because it's not good enough for you. Well, look at me. Sorry. I just don't like people taking my community's money. I fucking hear all the time people in my community being like, I used to buy picks. I used to do that. Don't fucking take my community's money. You want to take somebody else's fucking money, go do that. Not my community's money. Stay the fuck away from everybody in my community. I'm working hard to fucking... I feel like we like talk basketball. We're educating each other. We're doing things. I'm not dealing with that shit. having to. Like, wouldn't it concern you, people that buy picks, if somebody literally says to you, "Just trust me"? Like, what? What? I mean, just trust you. Well, fuck any investment advice anybody ever gave me if they just said, "Just trust me." You better be my best fucking friend in the world then. I don't think anybody's ever cared about fucking somebody that much. Sorry. I'll stop now. Oh, cannot do that on screen. All right. I know. Especially people are younger and understand. Yeah, it's crazy to me that people would do that. Like, it's insane to me. And like, just like people that like, it's like people that you better know how to break down games. You better know what you're watching if you're going to sell picks and stuff. There's people that like can't explain a pick, or they're like, this team's lost 3 in a row. I think they're due for a bounce back. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? Sports are all matchup driven. That's what makes sports beautiful. Oh shit, I am rolling a dude. My bad. Yeah, I mean, I think it's pretty apparent that I'm a pretty big pothead, right? Like, that's not something we're all like surprised by, I assume. That's like just a known thing, like, because I always get the day wrong. Like, or literally, like, I'll talk about the pick and then write the opposite side, like things like that. I thought we were all pretty like he's kind of a pothead. Well, it's also people just don't know what they're doing, Marty Lane. There's like sports betting has created this whole new. That's why I talk about inefficiency with all these new participants. People think they're like really. People think they know what they're doing by just punching some numbers and then sample size. Like, you see these people that are like, I'm winning, 60% over the last 2 months. It's like, dude, anybody can do that. It's just sample size. Like, if you've been to a statistics class, then that means nothing to me. And like people that are making these systems, like, all these people that do systems, like the kid that was talking about systems before, and they have systems of like a fucking 200 game sample size, 200 games, and you're fucking trying to use it as evidence. Have you ever read a statistics book, been to a statistics class, fucking just have common sense? Like 200 instances of something happening. Sorry. I gotta stop going off on these tangents. So, yeah, I think books just eat up public bettors. Yeah, that's why people get to exist. Like, that's why people like professionals get to exist, because there's people that are just like, oh, it's just $20. Like, I have friends that like won't hit me up about plays, and then I'll post and they'll be like, oh, dude, I just like, and then I'll be like, dude, you're one of my best friends. Fucking just text me or something, because like we're best friends. Like, literally my best friends in the world I meet, and they're like, oh, dude, it's just $40. It's just $50. I'm like, dude, you add that up a million times. That's so much money. You ever been to Planet 13? Is that the place where you get to go hang around and stuff? I actually haven't been there yet. I've been to Resorts World, but I heard Planet 13's sick. That's like where they have all the different things, like ice skating and all the different million different things. They just foul us on a 3. So yeah, I've heard Planet 13's cool, actually. I'm going to get in trouble if I smoke weed on this, right? We're going to get banned and we won't be able to come on tomorrow, so I won't do that. Hey, Dustin, if you're still here, your boy Jalen Sims is at the line right now. Just put us ahead. Oh, let's see how MTSU handles a little press back. ACU had some success with this yesterday, but they're just too big. And Cam Weston. See, this is a little bit of a difference maker. This is where you're scared, because Cammy's got the ball. He's in the game. He's up top. Yo, do certain people have a little – what does the 3 above your name mean, Marty? What does that mean, the little 3 you have? Fuck, Cam Weston's just too good. Set him up in a perfect spot and go to the line. Yeah, most likely. Okay. Peterson, you have a 1. What does that mean? God damn it. What do all these things mean? The 1 for you, the 3 for Peterson, for Marty. Does that mean you guys, Peterson, are you my number 1 commenter? Is that why you have a 1 on top of your head? Are you number 1? But I think I'm going to get out because I think, smoke the doobie. No, you got a 2. Nick Vitanza, you got a 2 now. I don't know what this shit means, what those little numbers up top mean. Huh, weird. See, you just is that Phillips? That was a little crazy drive. Get back now. All right, I'm going to, you cannot leave them like that. Wow. That is just, man, their shots all look good. Everybody MTSU, they're so talented. It fucking scares me. You want to talk about clenching your asshole. That is this game, is clenching a butthole. I got to put out the video today, by the way. You too, Dansky. Now you got a 3. I don't understand anymore. Dansky, you too, brother. Enjoy your evening. I'm going to put out, I think I'm going to go record. Maybe I'll go record this song and put out our Providence song because I guess the game's on Friday, though. So maybe another Max Griffin pump-up video. Maybe I'll make a Max Griffin song. That feels a little weird with fighting. There's something about the fighting aspect of it that makes it feel a little weird with the songs. I don't think making songs for fighters is as cool. I don't think it's cool in the first place, but we enjoy them. Yo, you too, Sean Resnick. Have a wonderful one, my brother. Hope you have a good night. Yeah, I think what's it called? Yeah, I think you guys probably agree, right? No singing for the fighters. We just sing for basketball. And we'll sing for baseball, although I kind of like how much time we're spending on the line. That's going to benefit us long term, I think. Even though they have depth, I think it actually benefits us. All right. Have a good one, guys. Hope everybody has an absolutely wonderful one, and we'll talk soon. Jake, your best bet of the day is Wake Forest. Thank you. Sharp plays. I agree. It is Wake Forest.